I hope you had an enjoyable and relaxing half term. Well, school this week has been a hive of industry as the year 7s to year 10 have been thoroughly engaged in their exams, their internal exams in the school, and it's been very impressive to see how seriously they're taking these. I've done a few invigilation sessions in the CMA and in classrooms with year 7 and 8, and they've really been applying themselves with great energy and industry to the papers in front of them and adapting well to the demands of doing school exams. Because, of course, in this time of COVID, things have been very disrupted, and if you remember last summer, we weren't able to run internal exams. So this is quite a new experience for many of our pupils, and it's all credit to them that they've adapted so well to this. Well, COVID, of course, as ever, has been greatly in the news recently. And if you recollect, according to the government's roadmap, the big plan was that from June the 21st, things would be able to get back to normal, or at least that was the hope. But with news from the last couple of weeks, it would appear that when the government makes its announcement next week about how things will be after the 21st, there doesn't appear to be any great expectation that we will finally be able to abandon bubbles and social distancing. We may turn out to be wrong, but all the signs would seem to be saying that with the increase in cases at the moment and the spread of the Indian variant, the end of all the restrictions is not likely to come. And talking to other schools and looking to see what everybody's doing, it would appear that most schools are taking the view that really, sadly, in the end, we won't be able to return to normality until the beginning of the Michaelmas term. Now, this has meant that we've had to make some adjustments to our end-of-term plans to accommodate what's going on with COVID. And the first of these concerns the Year 5 Experience Day tomorrow. We were very much hoping when we moved this from March to June that by June everything would be back to normal and we would be able to have the Year 5s in school and they would be able to interact with each other. And we've been delighted that so many families have signed their children up for this day. We've had more than 70 pupils signed up for it, which is absolutely fantastic. But because of everything that's been going on, we've now moved the event to an online one. And we very much hope this will still be enjoyable for the children taking part, and that although online rather than in the school, they'll get a good flavour of some of our teaching staff and the kind of teaching that goes on, that the activities will be fun and they'll have a good time. And then next term, when things really have opened up, they can come along to our open day in September. They can meet my successor as head and hopefully come into school and get a real sense of what OLA is like on the ground. Then there's the prize giving. So you will have received a letter this week if you're a senior school parent regarding how these are going to be approached now. So we're working on a system whereby the students will be socially distanced, but the prize givings will still go ahead. But sadly, we will not be able to accommodate parents at the events. But to compensate for this, we will be live streaming them. So you'll be able to watch them from home or watch the recording later on. And if your son or daughter is receiving a prize, you'll be able to see that on the screen. So although it's not ideal, it seemed to be the only way forward, given the current spread of the variant and all the difficulties that are going on. Now, some of us are still hoping that we might be able to get some travel abroad over the summer, but if not, then clearly we're all looking forward to our summer holidays in England. And this is a very intense time in the school as we work towards the end of term. People sometimes ask me, what term in the school do I most enjoy? And I would have to say, normally I enjoy the Michaelmas term, because the Michaelmas term, although long, has a certain regularity about it, which means that it's relatively straightforward. The Trinity term, while lovely in many ways with the beautiful summer weather and lots of activities going on, is very intense. for teachers in school. And at the moment, of course, they're all busy marking the exams. Then we'll be writing the reports and then planning and running the various events for the end of the year, such as the sports days and the prize givings, leavers mass, and so forth. So a lot still to enjoy in what's a very short period of time. I hope your children will have come away from the end of this week feeling that they've done well in their exams if they've been doing exams, and then with Year 11 and the Upper Sixth, of course, now looking forward to the learning journeys that will begin on Monday. So lots going on. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Goodbye.